Good morning and welcome to my assembly. Well, it's been a long time since we've last spoken, but hopefully some of you had a chance to watch my last assembly over the Easter holiday. Hopefully you've had a fantastic Easter, and even though you've been in the house, you managed to make the most of the sunshine, outside in your garden if you have one, and maybe you were lucky enough to get some Easter eggs. If you didn't manage to catch my Easter assembly, it's still online, so you can go back if you want to and have a go at making an Easter bunny. Well, it's now the start of the summer term, and what a different start it is. I don't think I've ever had my first assembly of a term from home. Still, we need to remember why we're all inside. We need to stay in our homes to make sure that we're keeping everybody safe. It's important that we keep following the guidance we've been given to make sure that we're keeping everybody safe and healthy. Now, your teachers will be setting work again, so make sure you're checking on Show My Homework and trying your very best to complete whatever work you can. Okay, so this week I have a different story for you. It's a story called Rod the Dog, and it will be followed again by a craft activity. Okay, so here we go. My name is Elsa. I live with my dad on the very top floor of a big block of flats. From our kitchen window, you can see right across the city. I like to watch the people in the park walk their dogs. From up here, they look like tiny ants. I'd really like a pet. If I could have a pet, I'd choose a dog. And if I had a dog, I'd call him Rod. Dad says the fun of having a pet to look after soon wears off. But I'm 100% sure that it wouldn't with me. I'd teach Rod to play the keyboard and we'd sing songs together. I've already painted lots of pictures of Rod and stuck them on my bedroom wall. Rod likes painting too. He likes modern art. I've put Rod's paintings up inside my wardrobe. That's his quiet place. Dad says dogs make too much mess. But Dad doesn't know Rod. Rod's so neat and tidy you wouldn't even know he was there. He always flushes the toilet and never leaves the seat up, like Dad. Dad says dogs need plenty of exercise. They like lots of long walks. Rod isn't that kind of dog, and he's not keen on long walks. He prefers to go by bike. Dad says dogs are very, very noisy. Woof, 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 woof. Rod isn't. Rod likes reading and sticking things in my scrapbook, and quiet things like that. There's always a reason why we can't have a dog. Vet's bills, Dad says. A dog could cost a small fortune. But Rod's never ill. He eats broccoli and spaghetti bolognese, which is my favourite too. Then one morning I get a big surprise. Dad suddenly says, Elsa, if you're absolutely sure you want a dog, then I'll think about it. Hooray, I say. But on one condition, says Dad. First of all, you must look after Barker for a week. Barker belongs to Dad's friend Rita, who lives on the ground floor. Barker isn't like Rod. He doesn't like singing or playing the piano, and he barks when we are trying to read. Woof, woof, woof. He always makes a mess when we paint, and he leaves paw prints all over the place. Barker doesn't like broccoli. He eats stinky dog food. And he doesn't even ride a bike. He needs walking morning, noon and night. Looking after Barker is really hard work. I'm glad when Barker goes home. I think I'd like a cat instead, I tell Rod. But Rod says he thinks he might be allergic to cats. They make his eyes itchy. Rod says if he could have a pet, he'd really like a mouse. I say, I'll think about it. In the morning I tell Dad that instead of a dog, I absolutely 100% positively want a mouse. A mouse, says Dad. Why a mouse? So I say, a mouse would be perfect because they don't bark at night, they don't need long walks, you don't have to pick up their poo in the park, they won't leave muddy paw prints all over the place, they don't mind living high up on the very top floor. They don't need lots of grooming. They don't eat steak or anything expensive like that. And because they're small, the vet's bills will be small too. Says Dad. I'll think about it. And most importantly, I say, Rod wants a mouse too. Well, in that case, says Dad, let's get one. But who on earth is Rod? And that's the end of the story. I hope you enjoyed that one. I thought it was quite a fun story to read. Okay, now for this week's craft activity. And I've chosen to keep in theme with the story, and we're going to make an origami dog, just like the one in the picture. Okay, so make sure you're ready and you have all the things you need. So we need a piece of A4 paper and a pair of scissors. We're going to start the same way we have for several of our origami activities. We need to create a square. So we're going to fold our piece of paper in to leave the rectangle on the side, and using our pair of scissors, we're very carefully going to cut off the extra rectangle, and then we're going to place that to one side. We don't need this, and we actually don't need the scissors for the rest of this week's activity. Okay, when we open our piece of paper out, we now should have a square. Okay, first thing we're going to do is fold that square in half and run our finger along the crease line. We need to make sure our creases are really crisp this week, as we're going to be doing lots of folding. Okay, turn the piece of paper around so the crease runs down the middle, and we're going to fold it in half again. Again, make sure you run your finger along the crease line. Right, open out your piece of paper, and you should see now you have 4 squares. First thing we're going to do is take each corner and we're going to fold it into the middle point. So I'm going to start with this one. I take it and I fold the tip into the very middle of the piece of paper. I'm going to rotate it round and do the same thing again. And rotate it and repeat that step again. And then rotate it one last time and fold the final piece in. Okay, we should now have 4 sections folded in. I'm just going to run my finger along the crease line to make sure they're all nice and crisp. So there we have it, our 4 sections. Now we're going to take one of these pieces and fold it out, and we're going to take the very, very tip of that piece and we're going to fold it into the crease line here, just like so. So we fold it in, run our fingers along to make sure that it's going to stay there. We now need to do something with the piece on the opposite side. So I'm going to fold that piece out, but this one we're going to fold back on itself. I'm going to fold it back, and I'm going to make sure that I'm leaving about 1 centimetre to 2 centimetres here at the bottom. Again, make sure your crease line's really nice and firm. Okay, now for the next step. We take this piece and we fold the whole thing in half. It should look something like this. Again, make sure your crease line's really nice and firm. So inside we have these 2 flaps, and on the outside we have 2 pieces that are popping out. Okay, next step. We're going to open it up, and the piece here you can see we're going to fold inside. So we have one side that's sticking out with a point and the other side is folded in. Okay, for our next step, we're going to open up the piece of paper and we're going to take this flap here and fold it out. And we now need to fold this whole piece as if we were imagining a crease line just here. It's a little bit fiddly, so be careful when you do this. So I'm going to take the whole thing and fold it back on itself, and then run my finger along the crease. Now what we need to do is repeat this step on the other side. So again, I'm going to open out my piece of paper, take out the flap that we created earlier, and then I'm going to be folding it along a crease line like so. And it needs to match up with the other side. And again, make sure that I'm pushing down firmly on the creases. Okay, we're nearly finished. So we take the flap there that we have and we're going to fold it back on itself, and again run our finger along the crease line, turn it over and do exactly the same thing on the other side. Again, making sure your creases are nice and firm or your dog won't stand up. Now for the fiddly part. We're going to look right at the end here just open it out and we're going to pop out the little piece that's folded underneath so that it's now on the outside. Now, when we're finished, I'm just going to run my finger along all those creases just to make sure my dog stands up. And there we have it. That's our finished dog. And then we can decorate him. And I've chosen to decorate mine just like a Dalmatian. Okay, maybe you get some time, you can go and have a go at making a dog. Decorate it in your own way. Maybe have a look on the internet and find out which dog or which puppy you would like to recreate. And then you can send your designs through to me. Hopefully you've enjoyed this week's assembly, and I'm really hoping it won't be that long until we can all see each other again. And remember, although it can be boring being at home, we're all doing this for a really important reason. So make sure you stay home, stay safe, and treat those around you in your house with kindness and respect. I'll see you all next week. Have a good week.